Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Aditya Lumba with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches several schemes and programs at Udyami Bharat program in New Delhi, gives away National MSME Awards. Shiv Sena rebel leader Eknath Shinde takes oath as the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra. BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis also sworn in as Deputy Chief Minister. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman releases Business Reform Action Plan 2020 in New Delhi to infuse culture of learning from each other state's best practices for better business climate in each state and union territory. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh approves enhanced monetary limits for procurement of drugs and consumables for ex-servicemen contributory health scheme. Government authorizes State Bank of India to issue and encash electoral bonds from tomorrow. Uttar Pradesh government to issue family cards for providing job, employment or self-employment to at least one member of every family. Health Ministry takes various initiatives to streamline Amarnath Ji Yatra and provide medical assistance to devotees. Yatra begins with first batch from Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. All India Radio Srinagar begins Amarnath Ji Yatra special broadcast from Baltal Base Camp from today. ISRO successfully launches PSLV-C-53 rocket carrying 3 Singaporean satellites from Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. Rescue operation underway in Manipur to retrieve bodies of those buried in the landslide in Noni district. State government announces 5 lakh ex gratia to the next of kin of deceased. And in cricket, India to take on England in the rescheduled 5th Test match at Edgbaston in Birmingham tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the government is making necessary policy changes to encourage micro, small and medium enterprises, MSME sector in the country. He added that the centre has increased the budget by more than 650% in the last 8 years to strengthen the sector. Addressing the Udyami Bharat program in New Delhi, Mr. Modi said the micro, small and medium enterprises sector accounts for almost 1/3 of India's economy and it has a very important role in India's growth journey. He said the government has resolved to take local products across the globe and several initiatives have been introduced to strengthen the country's Make in India supply chain.
उद्यमेन ही सिद्ध्यन्ति कार्याणि न मनोरथै, यानी उद्यम करने से ही सिद्धि मिलती है, सिर्फ सोचते रहने से कुछ नहीं होता। इस श्लोक के भाव को अगर मैं आज के समय के हिसाब से थोड़ा बदल करके कहूं तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि एमएसएमई के उद्यम से ही आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान को सिद्धि मिलेगी, भारत सशक्त होगा.
Mr. Modi added for the government, MSME means maximum support to micro, small and medium enterprises and said a self-reliant fund of 50,000 crore rupees has been released for the sector. The Prime Minister also asked MSMEs to register on the GEM portal for supplying goods to the government. Mr. Modi said government has decided that for orders up to 200 crore rupees, no global tender will be undertaken and this is in some way a reservation for the MSMEs. He said under the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, the central government has insured 3.5 lakh crore rupees for the MSMEs.
इमरजेंसी क्रेडिट लाइन गारंटी स्कीम को अगले साल मार्च तक बढ़ाने की भी घोषणा की. जो भी इसके अंतर्गत आते हैं उनको भी 50,000 करोड़ रुपए से बढ़ाकर अब 5 लाख करोड़ रुपए कर दिया गया है, 10 गुना ज्यादा. क्यों आजादी के इस अमृत काल में हमारे एमएसएमई भारत की आत्मनिर्भरता के विराट लक्ष्य की प्राप्ति का भी बहुत बड़ा माध्यम है.
Talking about Khadi, the Prime Minister said the turnover of Khadi and village industries has crossed 1 lakh crore rupees and Khadi sales have increased 4 times in the last 8 years. He said the difficulty in getting loans without guarantees was a major obstacle for the vulnerable sections of society to pursue the path of entrepreneurship. After 2014, it was decided to enlarge the ambit of entrepreneurship through Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas. Mr. Modi added that Mudra Yojana has a formidable role to play in making entrepreneurship easy for every Indian. He informed that about 19 lakh crore rupees has been given as a loan under the scheme so far. During the event, Mr. Modi launched the Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance RAM scheme, capacity building of first-time MSME exporter scheme, and new features of the Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program PMEGP. The Prime Minister digitally transferred assistance to beneficiaries of Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program for 2022-23. Mr. Modi also announced results of MSME Idea Hackathon 2022 and distributed National MSME Awards. He also issued digital equity certificates to 75 MSMEs in the Self-Reliant India Fund.
Shiv Sena rebel leader Eggnog Shinde was today sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari administered the oath of office to Mr. Shinde. He has become the 20th Chief Minister of the state. Besides Mr. Shinde, BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis was sworn in as Deputy Chief Minister. Mr. Fadnavis became the Deputy Chief Minister after BJP President J.P. Nadda asked him to be a part of the government and take up the Deputy Chief Minister's post. Shiv Sena leader Eggnog Shinde, who rebelled against the party, was today sworn in as the 20th Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Our correspondent gives us a profile of his political journey.
Shinde was born on 9 February 1964 in Satara. At an early age, he came to Thane and completed his education till 11th standard. In 1980, he was influenced by Shiv Sena Supremo Balasaheb Thackeray and joined his party as a Shiv Sainik. During that time, he participated in many agitations. After Maharashtra-Karnataka agitation, he was imprisoned for 40 days. The 58-year-old quickly emerged as a key Shiv Sena leader in Thane-Palghar region after joining the politics. In 2004, Shinde was given an opportunity to contest assembly election from Thane Assembly constituency by Balasaheb Thackeray, and he won it with handsome majority. He emerged as a victorious in subsequent assembly elections in 2009, 2014 and 2019. Within a month, Shiv Sena decided to join the state government. He took oath as a Minister of Public Works Department and went on to take additional responsibility of the Health and Family Welfare Ministry in January 2019. With Nivedita Borkar, this is Jeevan Bhavsar, AIR News, Mumbai.
Home Minister Amit Shah has said that BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis has decided to join the Maharashtra government on the request of BJP President J.P. Nadda. In a tweet, Mr. Shah said that this decision shows Mr. Fadnavis' sense of service towards the people of Maharashtra. Meanwhile, BJP President J.P. Nadda said the party decided to support Shiv Sena rebel leader Eggnog Shinde, showing a big heart for the betterment of the people of Maharashtra.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की केंद्रीय टीम ने इस बात को तय किया है कि देवेंद्र जी को सरकार में आना चाहिए और सरकार में पदभार संभालना चाहिए, और इसलिए देवेंद्र जी से व्यक्तिगत रूप में भी आग्रह किया है और केंद्र ने इस बात को निर्देशित किया है कि देवेंद्र जी उप मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में, डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर के रूप में कार्यभार संभालें.
Mr. Nadda said BJP has proved once again that it is not the party's aim to get any post, and the ultimate goal is to serve the country and the people of the state. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Mr. Eggnog Shinde on taking oath as Maharashtra Chief Minister. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said Mr. Shinde, who is a grassroots level leader, brings with him rich political, legislative and administrative experience. He expressed confidence that the new Chief Minister will work towards taking Maharashtra to greater heights. The Prime Minister also congratulated Devendra Fadnavis on taking oath as Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister. He said Mr. Fadnavis is an inspiration for every BJP party worker, and his experience and expertise will be an asset for the government.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today released the Business Reform Action Plan (BRAP) 2020 in New Delhi. In the report, 7 states have been identified as the top achievers based on implementation of the Business Reforms Action Plan. These states are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Punjab, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. The report further mentioned that Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh figure under the Achievers category, while Assam, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Jharkhand, Kerala, Rajasthan and West Bengal have been placed in the Aspirers category. On the occasion, Ms. Sitharaman said the nature of reforms had undergone change since 1991. She stressed that the government is implementing responsive reforms by nudging the states and union territories. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said, ease of doing business is now being seen across the country in the spirit of competitive and collaborative federalism. He highlighted that the assessment has evolved from evidence based to 100% feedback in multilingual format. Mr. Goyal said the purpose of BRAP exercise is to infuse a culture of learning from each other state's best practices and improve upon the business climate in each state and union territory. He said BRAP has a unified objective for India to emerge as the most favoured investment destination across the globe. The Union Government has authorized the State Bank of India for issuing in cash electoral bonds through its 29 authorized branches from tomorrow to the 10th of July. The Ministry of Finance highlighted that the electoral bonds will be valid for 15 calendar days from the date of issue, and no payment will be made to any paid political party if the electoral bond is deposited after the expiry of the validity period. The ministry further said that the electoral bond deposited by an eligible political party in its account will be credited on the same day.
The Union Government has kept interest rates on small savings schemes unchanged for July-September quarter. The Finance Ministry said the rates of interest on various small savings schemes for the second quarter of the financial year shall remain unchanged from those notified for the first quarter. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh today approved enhanced monetary limits for procurement of drugs and consumables for ex-servicemen contributory health scheme ECHS. He approved the enhancement of the monetary ceiling for purchase of not available emergent, life-saving and essential drugs by 100% in all categories or polyclinics from authorized local chemists. This will ensure easy and timely availability of medicines for ECHS beneficiaries.
The Defence Ministry has requested defence pensioners to complete their annual identification immediately. The process of annual identification or life certification is a statutory requirement for continued and timely credit of monthly pension. The Environment Ministry today organized a meeting with state government officials and municipal commissioners from 82 non-attainment cities for elimination of identified single-use plastic items. The meeting was attended by the municipal commissioners and senior officials of the state governments from Environment, Urban Development and Local Self-Government Departments and State Pollution Control Boards. During the meeting, the municipal commissioners were informed about the ban on identified single-use plastic items that will come into effect from tomorrow.
The Women and Child Development Ministry today clarified that the Aadhaar card of children is not mandatory for availing the benefits of the Poshan scheme. It said the ministry is ensuring Aadhaar ID of mother is entered in Poshan tracker so that delivery of nutrition is ensured to the beneficiary. An SMS would be sent to the beneficiary about delivery of take-home ration. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has said that the BJP leaders reside in the hearts of public instead of living in farmhouses. Speaking to media at Samshabad International Airport this afternoon, Mr. Thakur said elaborate arrangements have been made for the BJP Executive Committee meeting, which is crucial in many aspects. The minister later asked party cadres to explain to the people of Telangana about various government schemes which are benefiting common people during the past 8 years. Taking part in Sampark Abhiyan of the BJP at Kutubullapur in Medchal, Malkajgiri district this evening, the minister urged the cadres to strive hard to get more number of seats in the state assembly.
The budget session of Punjab Vidhan Sabha seen a die today. There were a total 9 sittings during the session. On the last day of the session, the MLA from Gidarbaha Assembly constituency, Jai Krishna Rori, was unanimously elected Deputy Speaker of the Punjab Assembly. The House also passed 4 bills today, which includes the Punjab Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill, the Punjab Agriculture Produce Amendment Bill, the Punjab State Legislature Members' Pensions and Medical Facilities Regulation Amendment Bill, and the Punjab Rural Development Amendment Bill. The Punjab State Legislature Members' Pension and Medical Facilities Regulation Amendment Bill was passed to implement the policy of 1 MLA, 1 pension. You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches several schemes and programs at Udyami Bharat program in New Delhi, gives away National MSME Awards. Shiv Sena rebel leader Eknath Shinde takes oath as the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra. BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis also sworn in as Deputy Chief Minister. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman releases Business Reform Action Plan 2020 in New Delhi to infuse culture of learning from each other's states, best practices for better business climate in each state and union territory. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh approves enhanced monetary limits for procurement of drugs and consumables for ex-servicemen contributory health scheme. Government authorizes State Bank of India to issue and encash electoral bonds from tomorrow. Uttar Pradesh government to issue family cards for providing job, employment or self-employment to at least one member of every family. Health Ministry takes various initiatives to streamline Amarnath Ji Yatra and provide medical assistance to devotees. Yatra begins with first batch from Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. All India Radio, Srinagar begins Amarnath Ji Yatra special broadcast from Baltal Base Camp from today. ISRO successfully launches PSLV-C-53 rocket carrying 3 Singaporean satellites from Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. Rescue operation underway in Manipur to retrieve bodies of those buried in the landslide in Noni district. State government announces 5 lakh ex gratia to the next of kin overseas. And in cricket, India to take on England in rescheduled 5th test match at Edgbaston in Birmingham tomorrow. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी, तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back. You're listening to the evening news. In a major step towards eradicating unemployment in Uttar Pradesh, the state government is going to issue cards to each and every family. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath today said these cards will be known as family cards, and with the help of these cards, government will identify the families who do not have any government job or any kind of employment. He added that the government will try to provide job, employment or self-employment to at least one member of such families. Distributing a loan of 16,000 crore rupees to 1.90 lakh artisans and small entrepreneurs in a function held in Lucknow today, the Chief Minister Yogi informed about an action plan to connect one person from every family with a job, employment or self-employment. The Chief Minister said before 2017, the MSME sector was completely destroyed, but when his party came to power in 2017, it was a big challenge for the state. He added the government started work by making an action plan for one district, one product. Today, products worth 1,56,000 crore rupees are being exported and the unemployment rate has been reduced by 3%, he further added. The National Space Agency, Indian Space Research Organization has successfully launched 3 Singaporean satellites this evening from the Spaceport at Sriharikota. The commercial launch was performed using the workhorse rocket PSLV-C-53 that lifted off carrying the 3 main payloads.
अभी कुछ ही क्षणों में हम साक्षी बनेंगे न्यूसार तथा स्कूप 1 उपग्रह के अंतःक्षेपण के।
न्यूसार सैटेलाइट सेपरेटेड, स्कूप 1 सैटेलाइट सेपरेटेड, PSLV C-53 DSEO mission accomplished. Handing over to mission director.
PSLV C-53 has successfully injected DSEO primary satellites and 2 other satellites into the desired orbit. PSLV C-53 DSEO mission is fully accomplished.
With this, the recently formed commercial arm of the Department of Space, known as the New Space India Limited, has successfully completed 2 launches. The first being the launch of the GSAT-24 communication satellite on board the Ariane 5 rocket from French Guyana. The ISRO chairman S. Somnath remarked that today's mission has reached its objectives with textbook precision.
So with this today's mission, all these three satellites are placed in the right orbit, and I hope that the further activities of the satellites will be taken up and the mission will be a complete success for our customers. And I wish all the very best to NSIL for major missions to take up in the coming days using PSLV. And PSLV is waiting for that to happen. Many more missions are on the way for the customers all across the globe to come and get successfully placed in orbit.
More from our correspondent.
Today's mission has validated the viability of ISRO's proposal to use the fourth and last stage of the rocket engine further in space. In that way, today's mission has made a milestone in itself. It is also a good beginning for the Department of Space regulatory body called the IN-SPACE that gave its maiden approval for the two private space startups of the country to carry their payloads to space. Today's mission has served its commercial objectives and also led to take forward ISRO's innovative approaches in exploring space technology. Jai Singh for AAR News.
The Star Selection Commission has extended the window for date for application form correction, including online payment, up to the 5th of July. SSC issued a notice to the Ladakhi candidates who already applied for various election posts to avail the facility to update their application forms. The candidates can also upload their domicile certificate in the prescribed format during the extended period. In Jammu and Kashmir, the annual Amarnath Yatra commenced today as a batch of about 2,750 pilgrims started their yatra and left the Noonwan base camp in Pahalgam. The journey takes about 3 days with night halts at Sheshnag and Panchtarini along the route. The pilgrimage was flagged off by Anantnag Deputy Commissioner at the Noonwan base camp in Anantnag district, Pahalgam.
The Health Ministry has taken various initiatives to streamline Amarnath Ji Yatra for the devotees. Amarnath Ji Yatra has commenced from today and will conclude on the 11th of August. The state governments have been informed about the required arrangements along with medical preparation, including services of specialist doctors as well as general duty medical officers. This has been done to supplement the efforts of Jammu and Kashmir administration, particularly by those states from where a large number of pilgrims arrive. Besides, 2 50-bedded hospitals have been set up as indoor facility at the Baltal and Chandanwari with the help of DRDO. All India Radio Srinagar has begun the Amarnath Ji Yatra special broadcast from Baltal base camp from today. AIR has established an FM transmission facility and studio facility at Baltal to air daily broadcasts for Yatra for 16 hours daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. This broadcast will be available for the Yatris on news on AIR app of AIR, wherein a special platform for the Amarnath Ji Yatra broadcast has been created. The broadcast on this app will be available globally. It is available on FM 103.7 MHz and on DTH also, where it is available on AIR Urdu service. This daily broadcast will be available till the Raksha Bandhan Day. Field reports from Yatra from Jammu up to Amarnath Ji Shrine on Baltal and Pahalgam routes are being broadcast for latest updates to the pilgrims. Hourly weather updates and other requisite advisories and guidelines have been put on air at regular intervals throughout the transmission.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has greeted people on the eve of Rath Yatra. Mr. Naidu said in his message that the Rath Yatra of Odisha, depicting the annual journey of Lord Jagannath, witnesses the coming together of the entire community in celebration of the grace and divinity of the Lord. He said devotees who join the Rath Yatra consider it their blessing to pull the chariot of Lord Jagannath. The Vice President mentioned the splendor and grandeur of Rath Yatra is truly unparalleled. He hoped that the pious and noble idols associated with Rath Yatra enrich people's life with peace and harmony. In Uttarakhand, 5 people died and 9 injured in landslides caused by rain in various districts of the state so far. The injured are being treated at the nearest health centre. At the same time, several national highways and rural connectivity roads remain blocked due to rain and landslides in the Garhwal and Kumaon division. The process of opening the blocked roads is in progress.
In Manipur, the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today visited Tupul Railway Construction Camp in Noni district, where the unfortunate landslide had occurred last night, leaving several casualties and dozens buried alive. He also announced that the state government has decided to provide ex gratia of 5 lakh rupees to the next of kin of those deceased and 50,000 rupees to the injured persons. According to the villagers, more than 80 persons, including 43 territorial army personnel, were buried alive in the landslide occurred last night in Noni area. So far, 8 dead bodies have been recovered, while 19 persons have been rescued from the debris alive. The landslide blocked the water flow of Izai River, creating apprehension of flash flood in the areas. However, the debris has been cleared from the river basin now. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah spoke with the Chief Minister over the phone and assured of all necessary help to be given to the state government. In cricket, India will take on England in the rescheduled 5th Test match at Edgbaston, Birmingham tomorrow. The match will begin at 3 p.m. India lead the Test series against England 2-1. A report.
With Jasprit Bumrah leading the team in place of COVID-hit Rohit Sharma, India would have 4 Test captains in the current year, including KL Rahul, Virat Kohli and Rohit. Since it is a one-off Test scenario, Indians do not have much margin of error. The attack of all-cost approach of skipper Ben Stokes made the home team almost invincible, as it was evident in last series against Test champion New Zealand when they outsmarted England by 3-0. As spectre of series defeat in South Africa looms large, the Indian camp must be worried about their fragile batting lineup and the vulnerability against genuine swing bowling attacks of England led by Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad. No doubt Indian management digs deep to field right playing 11 at Birmingham to retain the rubber. With Pratyush Kumar Ghosh's report, this is Anuja Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
In Wimbledon tennis, the match between Rafael Nadal and Lithuania's Ricardas Berankis in round 2 of men's singles is underway. Britain's Katie Bolter will face Czech 6th seed Karolina Pliskova in the round 2 of the women's singles.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature will be around 24 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 32 degrees. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature will be 24 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 28 degrees. Kolkata will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 33 degrees. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature will be 29 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 35 degrees. Srinagar and Muzaffarabad will have a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature will be around 20 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees. Jammu will have a thunderstorm with rain. Leh will have a mainly clear sky with Gilgit will have a partly cloudy sky. In Hyderabad, Bengaluru and Thiruvananthapuram, rain or thunder showers would occur towards evening or night. In the northeast, Guwahati, Imphal, Aizawl, Shillong, Itanagar and Kohima will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Gangtol will have a generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches several schemes and programs at Udyami Bharat program in New Delhi, gives away national MSME awards. Shiv Sena rebel leader Eknath Shinde takes oath as the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra. BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis also sworn in as Deputy Chief Minister. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman releases Business Reform Action Plan 2020 in New Delhi to infuse culture of learning from each other states' best practices for better business climate in each state and union territory. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh approves enhanced monetary limits for procurement of drugs and consumables for ex-servicemen contributory health scheme. Government authorizes State Bank of India to issue and encash electoral bonds from tomorrow. Uttar Pradesh government to issue family cards for providing job, employment or self-employment to at least one member of every family. Health Ministry takes various initiatives to streamline Amarnath Ji Yatra and provide medical assistance to devotees. Yatra begins with first batch from Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. All India Radio Srinagar begins Amarnath Ji Yatra special broadcast from Paltal Base Camp from today. ISRO successfully launches PSLV-C-53 rocket carrying 3 Singaporean satellites from Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. Rescue operation underway in Manipur to retrieve bodies of those buried in the landslide in Noni district. State government announces 5 lakh ex gratia to the next of kin of the deceased. And in cricket, India to take on England in the rescheduled 5th Test match at Edgbaston in Birmingham tomorrow. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app And with that we end the evening news. Good night.